What's going on, everybody? I went to a box tournament and got first place, went undefeated with heroes. Before I start the video and start the paper, I want to give a shout out to my sponsor, Dueling Guard and GGDUELIST. You can get the best sleeves, over sleeves, best deck boxes, play mats, and binders on the TCG market. Links will be below with my code InspiredTCG for 5% off. I'll get into the profile and a little bit of the matchups. I played a couple Pearly, Kashtira, Rika, and Branded Chimera. Overall, the biggest one was kind of the Branded Chimera. Branded Chimera is really a scary matchup for this deck. If you can stop it, it's okay. But other than that, it's a pretty scary matchup overall. But I'll get into the main deck. First off, of course, we're playing 2 Stratos. I'm testing this, and personally, I liked it. I felt that I was breaking too much on too many normal summons at the regional I went to, so I lowered this to 2, and it's been perfect. The 1 Shadow Mist, I have not had this come up to where I needed 2. I think this is perfectly fine. The 1 Liquid Soldier, again, the 1 of this is perfectly fine. And then the 1 Elemental Hero Neos, I actually like drawing this. It's not really too bad, because then you ain't going to have to go into the link to search it. Your Destiny Heroes, the 2 Mally, and then the one that lets you play basically 4 Mallies. I mean, I've had so many matchups and so many games where like I use this so many times. 1 for good follow-up. I mean, it's just insane. Like, there's no reason for this card to ever come back to 3 because of this card. This card's amazing. This is the best card in the deck. You bestial this, I cry. The 1 Plasma, I talked to Blake a little bit. He sent me a little thing about D-Force. I will probably be testing it because this card came up so clutch. I have forgot how good Plasma is because this card has won me so many games now. Just going Plasma DPE or something like that is just insane. Dark Angel, this will win you the Branded Chimera matchup. This will win you the Branded matchup. It'll win you so many matchups. It's really bad against Pearly. It's really bad against a lot. It's really bad against a couple decks just because they can easily just go Link Karibo or just get rid of it. I like this card. Still definitely should main deck it. The 3 Vision Hero Ferris, one of the best starters in your deck. I will say I did brick on this a couple times where I just would open this with no heroes or no Rhoda or E-Call or anything, which kind of sucked. You should always be playing 2 of this. You open this, your main combo source is dead. You have to get to Poly, in my opinion, to play this deck. So, like, you have to play 2 of these because I draw 1 of these almost every game. And then 2 Vion. Almost want to play 3 of this card. This is realistically your way of playing around Droll. Like, if you can play normal summon this, dump Mally, and then, like, later on, banish something to get Poly, so that'll be your first search. I mean, it's really good. This is something weird that I'm testing. I'm only testing 2 and 2 of Droll and Ash. This is more for side deck pattern. I haven't actually had to really think as much when I'm side decking because I'm playing so many 2-ofs. And then also I'm not clogging my hand up with cards. Because playing 3-ofs, I was clogging my hand up with so many hand traps or just board breakers that I didn't need at the moment. And I think the 2-ofs was the way to go personally. And I know people hate it, but I actually just loved it. 3 Hero Lives. Usually games in 2 and 3, I'm siding out like 2 of these almost, just because my life points are a little bit more important, and also like depending on the matchup, if I know they can kill me, if I'm going first and I activate this and I know if they break my board they're gonna kill me, like I'm siding this out, like 2 of these at least. But again, this card's insane. 3 Fusion Destiny. I actually didn't accidentally play 2 at the regional because on my side deck or my main deck I only put 2 for some reason. I don't know why I did that. But I love this card. It helps you play through Droll, so you can at least end on DP and sometimes Plasma. The only downside of this card is just the darks, because like your main win condition in this deck right now is to summon the Shining Flare Neos off Favorite Contact. So if you don't already have access to that, this card just comes a little bit worse, but I mean DPE is DPE. I'm playing the 1 E-Call. A lot of people are cutting this. I mean, I would 100% understand, but I like this card just so I don't have to go Infernal Divisor to search the Neos. I just don't like wasting monsters. And then also this can search your Stratos, search your Shadow Mist. This plus Ferris is full combo. This plus, this plus so many cards is full combo. I mean, if you open up Poly Neos, you just search Liquid Soldier. I mean, you're going to get a draw too. You don't even have the normal summon. I seen D-Time was cutting this. I still need to watch the video. I personally can see why, because I do get drolled a lot after activating this, and you get drolled, you kind of die in this deck, unless you have like Fusion Destiny and you're just passing off DPE, which is still not terrible. And then you have follow-up with Mally and Denier. Not the Roto, but the Foolish. I think this card is insane. I mean, opening this, plus a lot of hero cards, you dump Shadow Mist Search so you can continue playing. You dump Denier so you can get your Mally Recycle. I mean, there were so many instances where this card just came up so clutch. Actually, I had someone like imperm my Vion. Or no, they ashed my Vion. I don't know why they just didn't ash the increase, but they ashed it when I tried to dump. I was like, okay, Foolish. And then still was able to banish and poly. 2 mass change. 3 has not came up. 2 has rarely came up. I almost want to cut this card to 1, but you really... Dark Law is really crazy. Blast is really crazy. I mean, but again, I remember playing 3 of this card. It's kind of crazy to say we're playing 2 or even want to play 1 of it. The 1 poly, was playing 2. Personally, it doesn't come up. It's so recyclable off a window driver, and 2 hasn't came up in like a lot of testing. I just want to play as close to 40 as I possibly can, playing 42. So trying to play as close as I can to 40 and play the cards that can help me against the matchups that I must struggle with. The 1 Miracle Fusion, this card's insane. Just to get your wake up is insane. 2 droplets. Did test 3. 3 was just a little too cloggy. 2 was a really good number for me, just because, I mean, also against the Kashtira matchup, if you're going second, hope to God you just don't draw it, because sometimes, more than likely, it's just dead card completely, unless they don't end on Fin your Unicorn. Then you're just like, you're plussing. Also, it's a really good thing. You can dodge cards. Like, I went normal summon Stratos to search, and they went to activate like Imperm. You just drop with Send, negate their monster, and then you just continue to search. 2 books, and then, or no, actually, another 2 books. So I'm playing 4 books. Thought about playing 6 total. I might still find a way to cut down and play 6, because these cards win you the Pearly matchup 1000%. Also, the Kashtira matchup. I mean, this card goes crazy. Like, this right here is almost like a Dark Ruler. Like, if they can't out, or they don't have a negate, this is literally just like a Dark Ruler, because you're just booking their shit. And then the 1 Caught by the Grave, and then last but not least, the Favorite Contact. Everyone else, what this card does, I mean, this card literally says you can't Unicorn my Fusion Monster that I summon off of it back. Also, I'm summoning a big Beat Stick, or I'm summoning DPE off of it. That's why you play 2 DP sometimes. A lot of people aren't playing 2 DPE, which, I mean, I can understand. I tested it once, tested 2. It's almost like every time I test 1, 2 comes up. Every time I test 2, only 1 comes up. Onto the extra deck. The 1 Dread Decimator. This card gets so big sometimes, and like it just helps you push for OTKs. Also, sometimes you need to get monsters off your field so you can get them in graveyard. I mean, this card's insane. The 2 Cross Crusader. Again, this is insane. Don't make the mistake of going into this card first, because this is a Fiend. You can't link this off to make this. This takes 2 Warriors. You have to go into a Cross Crusader first, and then this. And then the Wonder Driver, this is what's going to let you reset your Poly, your Mass Change, your Miracle Fusion. And then, of course, this one. This is what you reveal. You reveal this to get the Neos. The new card that we've been playing, the Infernal Rage. This card is so broken. I love it so much. Flame Wingman's my favorite monster ever. So to be able to play Flame Wingman is insane. I love it. Sunrise, again, this card is broken. Helps you push for OTKs. It gives you a boost, gives you a pop. The only thing I wish if you attacked, you can pop something as well. That does kind of suck, but it's okay. The Shining, this card right here, the Shining Neos Wingman. So many decks cannot out this card, because it cannot be destroyed by a card effect. So like if you have like DPE up, you literally have a free pop. Like, you don't have to pop anything. You just go DP, pop this. This can't be destroyed by card effect, so you just get a free pop. The one wake up, this card's insane. Almost sometimes want to play 2 of it just because you sometimes turn 1, you'll go into it, you'll DPE pop it, so you can special the Shadow Mist search the Mass Change, so you can have the Dark Claw. It almost makes you want to play 2, because not having this in your extra deck for follow-up makes Miracle Fusion so terrible, because you are not playing another target. I'm not playing another target. Like, I probably should play Absolute Zero, but I can't really find the room. 2 DPE and the 1 dangerous. I guess you could say you could cut this for the Absolute Zero, but this comes up more because of cloggy hands, to where you need to send Shadow Mist and Denier, and you can like if your Vion gets Ash or something like that, like on the search for Poly, you'll just send the Shadow Mist and Denier, so you can continue playing, and you can just usually get it back. I mean, personally, I'll test cutting this and playing maybe Absolute Zero, or testing another one of these, because that comes up a little bit more in my opinion. The 2 Dark Claw and then the 1 Blast. I've actually thought about cutting Dark Claw to 1, because you never go into 2, and I say that until last night, and I actually went into 2 for the first time in the Scareclaw matchup. But again, I mean, Dark Claw is Dark Claw. We're ripping a card, we're banishing everything. I mean, I love this card. It's, again, one of my favorite cards. A lot of the hero cards are my favorite. Been playing this. I've played this deck for so long, and then quit playing it, and now I'm back playing it, and I love it. I missed it so much. Side deck that I played was the 2 Nibiru. This card was insane. This card was MVP. It's almost main deck worthy sometimes. I nibbed like 4 people. I nibbed the Rika player both games. Or actually, I say both games, but I nibbed him that game, and then I nibbed the Brandon Chimera player. 1 shifter, because we die. 2 shifter. Cross out. I want to play 3 of these. Couldn't get my hands on a 3rd one, so like definitely I would play 3. It's definitely correct, because you just die. 2 Cosmic, 1 Harpies, and 1 Lightning Storm. I think this was the correct ratio. This came up too much. I mean, 1 Lightning Storm literally could do back row or monsters. Harpies get to get the back row, and 2 Cosmic, because anti-spell's a card. Skill Drain's definitely a card. And you definitely got to out those. 1 Thrust. I need another one so I can play 2. I'd probably just cut this to play another one, so I could play a Herald Abyss, Dark Ruler, Eradicator, and D-Barrier. Because I mean, I'd probably keep this. I'd probably cut Dark Ruler, because Dark Ruler I never sided in, like absolutely at all, and I just play the 2nd Thrust, because Talents actually came up to where like I had to draw 2. So yeah, and then Herald of the Abyss, I've never seen it, but like it's really there for the Pearly matchup and the Cashtira matchup, so you can send the Rise, or you can send the Noir. Last round against Carrie, his Noir. I mean, that's the first time I've actually had to play against a unaffected Noir, and that crap is crazy. But yeah, side deck was decent actually. Surprisingly, of all the 1-ofs and 2-ofs. I would definitely test it a little bit more. Again, shout out to all my testing partners. Shout out to Blake for helping me with the deck so much. Shout out to the hero players. Shout out to the team, Inspire TCG. Sub to the channel. We're on the road to 1,000. We're trying to get complete partner. But drop a like, comment, and peace.